welcome to the Justice Review with Curtis Davis. This is a very special show. We're doing a celebration for 420. A lot of people might not know what 420 represents out there, but I have two of the hottest up and coming rappers in New Orleans and probably South for that matter. I have the brother Clutch and the brother Ryder, but both of them have like tag names that they come with. And it's called G.E.D. Ryder. What is the G.E.D.?
Get every dollar.
Get every dollar.
Get every dollar. That's what it
And yours is.
New Money Association.
Is this your business? Is this what you? What are you doing?
That's kind of my vision for it. For it to be a platform.
Platform for your
for
rap,
my business, for my music, and other ventures that might fall under the New Money Association. So
yeah, it's been a long time since New Orleans has really been big on the map as far as hip hop is concerned. As a matter of fact, right now, one of the hottest rappers that we know about in hip hop has been co-signed by Jay-Z, and that's Jay Electronica, and he's from the Third Ward Magnolia Housing Project, coming behind people like Cash Money Records, the No Limit Tank, and all of the groups that those two organizations actually had. What kind of stamp do you guys want to leave on the culture here, the birthplace of jazz, the birthplace of Mahalia Jackson? What you bring to the table with the music?
Displaying music, like the platform is set pretty high for us. We born with music in us. Like everybody from New Orleans got some type of music in them. So it's like, how where your passion at with it. So we just happen to be two brothers that's like day ones out the sandbox that's really passionate about it. So
So what the change in the hip hop for New Orleans as opposed to, let's say, East Coast, West Coast, Mid South type of hip hop music?
To be honest, I don't think nobody coming like us. Like, I don't really think nobody we got a different swag with our style, like in rapping for that.
How would you describe the style if we had to box you in and put you in a genre? What are you? I would describe the South like we can't compete with them. Well, they can't compete with us. Put it that way, because they got a whole different style. They got their own different ways of doing stuff. Like. Okay, that's cool. And I see y'all passing this blunt back and forth.
Yeah, man.
Again, I said that this is a celebration of 420.
Gotta stay
And
safe.
I'm trying to figure out, and the brothers represented hard. This is the Justice Review, and I feel like real justice is about having balance, having tolerance for other people's things. If I can tolerate a person sitting down because his attorney just gave, or his doctor just gave him Roxy's and Oxycontins, or this lady that's every day she needs Adderall or whatever to deal with her situations in court, though she's a judge or a lawyer, because they have a prescription doesn't necessarily mean that that particular medicine is any different than this particular medicine. I'm not promoting the sale or the use of drugs in any illegal form or any illegal platform, but almost 70% of the people of the state of Louisiana is interested in legalized marijuana right now. I decided to let the brothers come on the show, let me know a little bit about 420, why they use this particular medicine as opposed to the other medicines that normal people would go to the doctor and get. As first question, do you have health care?
no.
Do you have health care?
So,
Is it because what you can't afford health care? What's the situation? Why don't you have health care?
my situation is like I don't have help because like it's due to the jail system, and like they're not helping me as I'm supposed to because of me going to jail. I can't get it because I got churn and I'm on child support.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like I gotta have my churn insurance. They're rather my churn insurance than
So if you suffering from pain, anxiety, or whatever,
I gotta pay out of pocket.
you got to pay out of pocket. What about you, brother? Why don't you have health care?
Kind of the same situation. I just
Do you come from poverty?
poverty, lack of resources. You know what I'm saying?
Like resources.
Right.
and resources even being knowledge. You know what I'm saying? A lot of
Yeah,
times
that's what I
we
mean.
don't know how to get health care. So when I see brothers smoking weed or whatever, or even drinking, I know that it's some anxiety issues that are here too. I think that the sober life is the best life, right? But the pains that come with living in a society that's been as unjust to the African Americans, to black people, man, living in the United States of America, almost all black people are traumatized psychologically, whether they went through the direct trauma themselves or what we call generational trauma. Dr. Joyce DeGruy, one of my favorite academics, she has a theory that's called, or not a theory, she has a study into what's called post-traumatic slave syndrome, right? She believes that psychologically, the trauma of all the generations of us being in the United States of America is actually causing us to live the way that we live, on the margins, the way that we're on the margins, and we almost crazy to a certain degree.
I agree.
Think about the trauma that you have to go through to even be a black man in America. I know you'd be scared when you're driving and the police get behind you.
Right. Like my first time going to jail was like somebody used my name in a whole nother state. I didn't never know about. I went to jail my first time, 17, for a traffic ticket that I ain't even have. I had no driver's license, none of that. I ain't even know the person used my name. But when the police stopped me, I was walking. When the police stopped me, he pulled me over and said I had a warrant for traffic ticket in Baton Rouge. I ain't never been to Baton Rouge.
Right. So that's your entryway into the criminal
And that's
justice
how I got.
system.
That's how I
Right.
lost it.
That's what my book is about, Slave State. You know, if y'all had a book, remember that you can go to my website, www.mindfieldpublishing.com, and get it. If you any kind of way involved in the criminal justice reform movement, I believe that you ought to read this book. As a matter of fact, I'm co-signing it to a different level. If you don't read this book, you really don't know what's going on in the state of Louisiana and how it's affecting not just you, but everybody that you know, whether you've been in jail or in the back of a police car or not. Because most of the money that's being spent on anything that your tax dollars are involved with has something to do with perpetuating the history of slavery or the tradition of slavery here in Louisiana. So now that we're not slaves, and I have my own show, man, thanks. Man, I got my own show. I can let brothers come on the show, sit on the couch, and actually get a chance to express what they have. And remember, I told you, they two of the hottest rappers that are coming out of this region right now. And I want to talk about that. What is your latest project, and where can that project be found?
New Money Clutch, single dropping on the 24th, titled Pop It Off. You know, hashtag Pop It Off.
All right, you got Instagram?
Instagram, New Money Clutch, lowercase, everything, you know, no spaces or nothing, just New Money Clutch.
New Money Clutch.
I got I just dropped a little tape on iTunes. It's on all platforms right now. It's called Get Every Dollar Volume 1. You heard me feature the song Big Bag. Y'all go check that video out on YouTube right now. You can follow me on the Instagram at G.E.D Rider, that's G.E.D Rider with the RYDA. You heard me? You can follow me on Facebook, same name, YouTube, same name, all platforms, same name.
All right, man. It's been really a pleasure to have you brothers on the show, man. Thank you.
Appreciate you.
I want to actually
For
tell
sitting
you,
on
man,
the
it's
couch,
actually
man.
a pleasure to be in your presence, because I actually admire your, what you're doing, what you represent. You was actually able to put something like this together, which was we need more of, because you know we need more people that's trying to wake us up out here. You hear me?
Yes, sir, man.
Right.
Thank you, man. Don't make my head too big. Until next time, this has been the Justice Review with Curtis Davis. You know that you can hit me up on mindfield.publishing on Instagram. You can hit me up on Mindfield Publishing on Facebook. Know what we're about to be doing everywhere that we're going. I'm traveling all over the country as soon as COVID-19 is over, and I'm going to catch you with one of the colleges or something. Peace. Remember that we have to have justice, man, if we're going to have any type of understanding or peace.